When you ask any young boy what their dream job would be, over half of them would give the same answer: professional footballer, to be the next big thing in the Premier League.
15-year-old Ethan Nwaneri.
Remember the name, Wayne Rooney.
Here I see it, a star is born.
I understand that the mindset is very tunnel vision. I know when I was 17, 18 years old, I was going to play professional football for Newcastle forever.
So I never sort of foreseen anything going wrong, really.
But what happens when it does go wrong?
And it was just, right, cheers for your 11 years out the door. Found it really difficult to deal with it at that time of my life.
It says gambling, drinking, like doing things for the first time that I'd never really done with no real support.
The last decade has seen rapid player care improvements, with companies set up to specifically aid current and former academy players in their next steps. This is about those people, and what they do is vital, as out of the 1.5 million players playing at underage level, just 180 will play in the Premier League, equivalent to 0.012%.
I'm here at the Life After Professional Sport Ahead of the Game event, where professional academy footballers from all across the north can gather to get an insight on what could be available after professional sport if they are dropped from academies, one of which comes here via the Gym Group. Now, the winner of their putting challenge gets themselves a personal trainer qualification. We'll see if I'm up to the task.
Adam Campbell is the Partner Support Manager at LAPS, which he manages alongside a full-time football career at Hartlepool United. Having broken through at Newcastle, he knows what it's like to be a young footballer with a dream.
I know when I was 17, 18 years old, I was going to play professional football for Newcastle forever. So I didn't worry about the money, I didn't worry about dropping down the leagues, I didn't worry about retiring. I knew that I was going to play football forever. When I was that age, I don't want to listen to a plan B because I'm going to be a footballer. So the advice is to plant some seeds, is to understand that there is options out there, what those options are, how to build on those opportunities, how to network is the most important one from my point of view.
I work for the Society of Radiographers, which is the professional body for radiography. We're all about, managing injuries. We're all about MRI. We're all about technology. So I think we're just trying to just log in their minds that there is life outside of football, and actually there's life outside of football that could link to their interests in sports injuries and sports medicine as well.
I understand that the mindset is very tunnel vision. It can change, and football is a brutal sport.
And someone who has felt the brunt of that brutality is financial advisor Kieran Bywater. He was released from West Ham's academy 10 years ago, aged 19.
If I didn't have a strong family base, I wouldn't have had any support. From the club, there was just nothing. And it was very much hush-hush, and it was just, right, cheers for your 11 years out the door, just good luck with that.
Kieran looked to reignite his career in America, with the prospects of joining the MLS draft. When issues arose due to how many professional games he played in England, he ended up back home without a direction.
Ended up being sort of 24, turning 25-ish, and no qualifications, no career path, nothing at that point. And then that's when I got approached to retrain as an advisor.
Kieran's story shows how help has progressed, even in the last 5 to 10 years.
I think that the sort of player care stature and things like that has changed massively over my time from when I was a 17-year-old at Newcastle to now. It's night and day from what I received to what it is now.
Alongside companies partnering with LAPS, former players do as well.
James Coppinger, former professional footballer of 23 years.
Many Football League fans will know James Coppinger from his 17 years and 695 games at Doncaster Rovers. But before then, when he was a youngster at Newcastle, a risk to earn more game time almost led him to falling out of football forever.
I sort of took a gamble and went to Exeter, where I ended up getting relegated out of the Football League in the first season, which was tough. Moving away from home, I lost my granddad, my mum and dad had separated, and I was finding it hard off the pitch. No, I actually refused to go back, so the manager at the time, Eamon Dolan, rang me and I was on the golf course. There's gambling, drinking, like doing things for the first time that I'd never really done with no real support.
It wasn't until he joined Doncaster at age 22 that he made a decision to change his way of thinking.
I met Terry Gormley, who, when I moved to Doncaster, and I think within that first session it just sort of was a massive release, and then from that moment on I sort of started to work on and sort of being more professional. I call it a professional mindset, sort of thinking in the right way every single day.
James, like Adam, never got dropped from an academy, but they're able to use their experiences to better position these academy prospects for wherever life takes them.
It's not about like trying to be perfect all the time. It's just understanding that you're trying to be the best you can be and try and make the best of bad situations as well.
It's a mindset like this which has helped Kieran build a completely new career.
I don't look back at all. I don't really look back at what had happened anymore, but I think that's because I've found purpose again. I love what I do. Not many people can say that. I love that I've found something that gives me that purpose.
But for some people, giving up on a professional football career isn't so easy. Some end up playing part-time with the hopes of following the likes of Ollie Watkins, Dan Burn and Jamie Vardy to professional glory.
I wouldn't feel a greater feeling than dropping down and then coming back into it